Welcome to the lunar passage from the 20th to the 22nd of August. The moon moves through Sagittarius, carrying us from the first quarter into the waxing gibbous phase. This is a passage of movement, truth and expanding vision. Sagittarius does not ask us to remain where we have already outgrown ourselves. It asks us to look toward the horizon and remember where we are actually going. The arrow is being drawn, but before it is released, we must become clear about its direction. The Sagittarius field. The Sagittarius moon awakens the part of us that searches for meaning. It wants experience, wisdom, freedom, and larger perspective. Under this moon, something may begin to feel too small. An old belief, an old direction, perhaps even an old version of yourself. The invitation is not simply to escape limitation, it is to recognize what is true enough to build your next chapter upon, because freedom without direction scatters energy. Freedom aligned with truth becomes purpose, the planetary field. And as this moon does not travel through the sky alone, the Sun, Mercury and Jupiter remain in Leo, strengthening the fire element with courage, expression and creative vision. Venus moves through Libra, asking that truth also carry balance. Mars in Cancer reminds us that forward movement still needs emotional awareness, and beneath the faster moving sky, Saturn and Neptune, retrograde in Aries, Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, and Trine retrograde in Taurus, create a deeper layer of review. There is movement above and recalibration underneath. As the Sagittarius moon moves deeper into the passage, a powerful fire conversation develops. The moon in Sagittarius connects with Jupiter in Leo and Saturn in Aries. Vision meets expansion. Expansion meets responsibility. The message is not simply to go bigger. It is to know why you're going. Jupiter can reveal possibility. Sagittarius can see the horizon. But Saturn asks whether the vision has enough structure to survive beyond the excitement of the movement. This is the fire learning direction. And underneath that forward momentum, several slower bodies remain retrograde. Saturn asks us to reconsider responsibility and self-leadership. Neptune exposes illusions around identity and direction. Pluto continues its deeper transformation of power and collective structures. And Trine returns attention to the places where security, worth and embodiment still require healing. So if part of you wants to accelerate while the other part is reviewing the foundations, there is no contraindication. Both movements can exist together. We can expand without abandoning discernment. By the later Sagittarius passage, the emphasis turns towards expression. The moon moves towards Lilith in Sagittarius, while forming supportive fire connections within Mercury and the late Leo Sun. What is being recognised internally now wants language. What do you actually believe? What truth have you softened to remain acceptable? What have you known but hesitated to say? This is not an invitation to speak recklessly. Venus in Libra reminds us that truth can carry grace. Mars in Cancer reminds us that words can touch vulnerable places. The invitation is truth without performance, courage without aggression, and expression without abandoning compassion. Speak what is real, then live in accordance with it. And as the moon reaches the final degree of Sagittarius, the entire passage comes together. Vision has been awakened. The foundations have been questioned. The voice has been reclaimed. Now comes direction. Sagittarius teaches we do not need to see the entire road before taking the next aligned step. We need a horizon, we need discernment, and we need the courage to move towards what we know is true. So ask yourself, where is my life calling me forward? What truth am I ready to live rather than simply understand? And what single aligned action can I take now? The flame law of this passage is simple. The arrow does not need to know every mile of the journey. It needs a true direction. Choose truth, choose courage, choose balance, choose vision, choose direction, and allow expression to follow alignment. The Sagittarius moon reminds us, you were never asked to know every step, only to recognise the next true one, and you have the courage to take it. Explore, believe, trust and rise.